Hello student. Today's our topic is solubility equilibrium of sparingly soluble salts. Okay. What is the meaning of sparingly soluble salts? That I will discuss later. Here if you see the solubility of ionic solids. For example, ionic solid best example we have sodium chloride. Okay. So here what I want to convey means the solubility of ionic solids depends on the number of factors important amongst which are the lattice enthalpy of the salt and the solvation enthalpy of the ions in the solution. Okay. For a salt to dissolve in a solvent, the strong forces of attraction between its ion, nothing but lattice enthalpy, must be overcome by the ion solvent interaction. Now, what is the meaning of entire para means here? So, if for example sodium chloride, if you want to dissolve in a water, okay, water, you are taking the water as a what? Solvent. Okay. As you know very well, in a water, the sodium chloride going to be dissociated as a what? Na plus and Cl minus ions. Okay. Now, what is the definition of lattice enthalpy here? Lattice enthalpy, as you know very well. So, lattice enthalpy definition, when a 1 mole of ionic solid, it has to be dissociated into what? Gaseous ions. Okay. So, Na plus ions, Cl minus ions, that too in the gaseous, that enthalpy is called as what? Lattice enthalpy. Okay. Now what is the solvation enthalpy here? Simply solvation enthalpy means what? Okay. Now when sodium chloride is dissolved in the water, so what happen? Around ion, okay, water molecules are going to be surrounded. Now around Na plus ions, water molecules are going to be surrounded. Okay. During this surrounding, some amount of energy going to be liberated, that is called as what? Solvation enthalpy. Solvation enthalpy, here definition, let us see here. The solvation enthalpy of ions is refers to in terms of solvation which is always negative, that is energy is released in the process. Solvation means around ion solvent molecules. Here we took the what? Water as a solvent. So around the ions, water molecules are going to going to be surrounded. That is called as what? Solvation. Solvation, during that energy is going to release, that is called about solvation enthalpy. Now the amount of solvation enthalpy depends on the nature of solvent. Okay. Here as we told, around the ion solvent molecules are going to be surrounded. So some amount of energy going to liberate. Now the amount of energy depends on what? The nature of solvent. Here we have so many solvent, like water is a universal solvent. Okay. You can take the benzene, like different solvents are there. So here what I want to convey means, first here I total what is the meaning of these two para means here, the whatever the solubility of ionic solids, okay, depends on the two factors. One is lattice enthalpy and there is what? Solvation enthalpy. So lattice enthalpy, solvation enthalpy, so many factors are there, but among the two important factors what we are discussing, lattice enthalpy and solvation enthalpy. So already you came across now what is the lattice enthalpy definition and what is definition of what? Solvation enthalpy. Now here, so here the amount of solvation enthalpy depends on the nature of solvent, already we discussed. Okay. Now in case of non-polar covalent or non-polar solvent or covalent solvent, solvation enthalpy is small and hence not sufficient to overcome lattice enthalpy of salts. Consequently, the salt, what happened, does not dissolve in the non-polar solvent. Simply what I want to convey me, for example, sodium chloride is there. Okay. If you want to dissolve in the benzene in the solvent, okay, so what happened here? Benzene is a what? Here this is a benzene is a what? Non-polar. Okay. It is a non-polar. Now sodium chloride is a what? Polar. Okay. So already we discussed polar compounds are going to dissolve in the polar solvent. Okay. Like dissolves like. So this is a polar sodium chloride. Benzene is a non-polar. So now what happens? Sodium chloride is does not going to dissolve in the benzene. Now what is the reason means here? So a compound want to dissolve in a particular solvent means definitely what is the process here? solvation enthalpy should be greater than the lattice enthalpy. If solvation enthalpy is less, what happens? It does not going to dissolve. So here one important note is what? As a general rule, okay, for a salt to be able to dissolve in a particular solvent means what happens? Its solvation enthalpy must be greater than its lattice enthalpy so that the latter may be overcome by former. So what happened here? So solvation enthalpy should be more than that of the lattice enthalpy. Then only particular ionic compounds or some compounds or salts are going to be dissolved in the what? Solvents. Okay. So here what happened? Polar compound. Here it is a polar, this is a non-polar. So what happened? Benzene does not overcome the what? Lattice enthalpy. If it is overcome the lattice enthalpy or it having the more solvation enthalpy mean then able to dissolve the sodium chloride. But what happened here? It that does not going to overcome the lattice enthalpy. Because of that reason sodium chloride does not going to dissolve in the what? Benzene. So here depends on the what? Two factors already discussed. Now what is our heading here? Sparingly soluble salts means what? Okay, so here we discuss what is how the a salt can be dissolved in the solvent mean. Here two factors we discuss. Okay, now depends on the solubility. Here we classify the salts as a what? Salts, we classify the salts as a three category. Okay, so now here first category is what? If solubility is greater than 0.1 molar, okay, that is we are calling as a soluble salts. Okay, if solubility lies between the 0.01 molar to 0.01 molar, those are called salts called as what? Slightly soluble salts. Now here our target is what? Sparingly soluble salt means those solubility is very less, that is what? Less than 0.01 m. Such type of salts called as what? Sparingly soluble salts. Okay, now means here sparingly solubility salts means here if solubility is less than 0.01 m, such type of salts called as what? Sparingly soluble salts. Now we have to discuss what? Solubility of sparingly soluble salts. Now in case of equilibrium, now we have to discuss sparingly soluble salts. So first we discuss what? Solubility of salts depends on the two factors. Based on the solubility amount in terms of molarity, we classify the compound as a what? Soluble here. Soluble, slightly soluble, sparingly soluble salts. Okay, now you got the idea what is the meaning of sparingly soluble salts. Means simply the solubility less than 0.01 m. Now in such type of compounds we are going to discuss the word equilibrium. We have another here but we have next to it we have solubility product. Okay, before going to definition of what is the solubility product, okay, let us we have some introduction. What is the here means? If to a given amount of solvent at a particular temperature, a solute is added gradually in increasing amounts, a stage is reached when some of the solute remains undissolved, okay, no matter how long we wait or how vigorously we stir, okay. The solution is then said to be saturated. A saturated, which means in contact with the undissolved solute, is said to be saturated. Here what is the meaning? For example, we are taking one beaker. Okay, in beaker we are taking the water as a solvent. Okay, now in this what happen? You are going to add the solute as a sugar. Okay, sugar. It here what this all you are going to maintain it at room temperature. At room temperature. So what happened? Slowly you are going to increase the amount of sugar. So what happened initially? For a given amount of what happened? The solubility of sugar will be fine. But what happens slowly if you add going on? What happened? Solubility won't be there. Okay, so a stage is reached here when some of the solute remain undissolved. So here what happen if you going on adding what happen? The solubility going to be what here is less. Okay, that type of solution is called what? Saturated means the whatever amount maximum amount of solvent is this its capability is over. Okay, So now the solution is called what? Saturated. So in saturated solution what happened here? It is in contact with the what? Undissolved solute particles. As you know very well, for making the sweets we are making the sugar syrup. Okay. So what happened for making the sugar syrup? You are going to add the excess of sugar for the given amount of water. So what happened at particular temperature, room temperature, what happened? It is just not going to dissolve. So simply what you are going to do, you are going to heat, okay, means you are going to wear the temperature. But here what happened, we are talking at the what, at particular temperature only. So here at room temperature what happened, it is in equilibrium with the what, solvent molecule or equilibrium with the undissolved solute particles. That type of solution is called what, saturated solution. This is already we discussed in case of solution, okay, saturated, unsaturated and supersaturated solutions. Now here at saturated state, the quantity of solute dissolved is always constant for a given amount of a particular solvent at definite temperature. So here if you see here, the solute amount will be constant. Whatever you are going to add, it will be as such. Okay. Now come to the definition of what is a solubility product. Okay. Now here we have the definition. Let us read first definition, then I will go for the explanation. Okay. So how you are going to define means here the product of concentration of ions, okay, raise it to power equal to the number of times the ions occur in the equation representing the dissociation of electrolyte at a given temperature when solution is saturated. Okay. Here I am taking the word saturation solution means what? Solute is added to the maximum amount to the what? Solvent. Okay, fine. Now how can you define the solubility product mean? For that, here let us see the example. Here we have one salt. Okay, it is going to dissociate as x ay plus y b x minus. Okay, here you go, if you go for the cross. Okay, this is a cation, this is anion. Okay, so here what happened? Cation. Here you are going to get the charge crisscross. Okay, as you know very well, crisscross while writing the here. Okay, this is a while writing the crisscross, as you know very well. So crisscross, as you know, for example, we have the Ab2 electrolyte. So if it is undergo ionization, what happen? You are going to get the A plus 2 B minus, isn't it? Okay, crisscross. Next, if you go for the, for example, we have the ZnCl2. Okay, so what happen? You are going to get the Zn plus 2. Okay, plus 2 Cl minus. So crisscross formula, as you know very well. Now here also we have the crisscross. Okay, so this AXY, AXBY electrolyte undergo ionization. So you are going to get the what here? So AXBY. Okay, so A has to get the Y this much charge and B has to get the this much charge. So A has to get the cation. If you are assuming as a cation, this is a plus Y and B was minus X. Okay, this much charge. Now if you see the how many are there X here, we have the AX is there, so that many ions. Now B, how many are there? Y. Okay, so Y, this coefficient, how many are going to get? You are going to get Y. Okay, so X number of AY plus ion, Y number of BX minus ion going to get. Okay, this is the salts. Now if you write the here, apply the law of mass actions, or simply you write the what here equilibrium constant. Okay, this is a sparingly soluble salts. I am writing the equilibrium constant. So what we are discussing here, solubility of what, solubility of sparingly soluble salts. For that we are discussing what here, equilibrium constant. Okay, so if you write here equilibrium constant, as you know very well, it is a ratio of what, product to reactant. Now product what we have here, A y plus B x minus. Okay, that has raised to power. Already we discussed in case of how to write the equilibrium constant. Now divided with the what we have reactant AX BY. Okay, now this is the equilibrium expression for the above salt ionization. Now here already we discussed for case of heterogeneous equilibrium, pure solids what happen, the concentration remain constant. So while writing the expression we are going to exclude the pure solids. Okay, in case of writing the equilibrium expression. So finally here what you are going to get here, A y plus x b x minus to the power of y. Okay, Now this is called as a what? Solubility product. Okay, simply here now come to the definition. Okay, what is the definition of solubility product means? Let us see the definition here. So the product of concentration of ions here. See, you are taking the what here? Ions only. Okay, the product here, product means you are going to multiply the product of concentration here. So already we discussed, you are writing the square bracket indicating what here, this is a molar concentration. Okay, the product of concentration of ions raised to a power equal to the number of times of ions occur in the equation representing the dissociation of the electrolyte at given temperature. Means here what happened? Here we have the molar concentration that you are going to raise here. You are going to raise what? X times. Why? Because means in the equation how many? What is the coefficient we have? X. So you are going to raise the what? X time for the AY. Now come to here, we have the ion Bx minus molar concentration, and you are going to raise the what? Y times. Why? Because mean the coefficient what we have? Y. That is called as a what? Solubility product. Okay, now you can understand. Okay, we are taking the product of ions, and each concentration term is raised to what? Here number of times occur in the whatever we have. Okay, now this is a coefficient, you are going to raise the number of time, that is called as a what? Solubility product. Now let us see the relation between the solubility and solubility product. Okay, we discussed what is solubility product. Now how we have the relation between the solubility and solubility product. Okay, here these are the sparingly soluble salts, means going to dissolve at less than 0.1 m. Okay, for those only we are telling the what? Solubility product. Now what is the relation between the solubility and solubility product? Means here we have the what? Sparingly soluble salt AX by, it's going to ionize as a what? XAY plus by Bx minus. Okay, now if you read the soluble product definition, already we discussed. Okay, we are taking the product, the concentration of product. Okay, now reactant, what happened? This is solid, so we are not going to consider simply. Why? Because when concentration change is not there. Okay, now here for this ion, assume as a concentration as a S. Okay, for this ion also assume as a concentration as a S. Okay, now if you see here in equation what happened? How many times are there X, A, Y? Here this ion we have the X times. So concentration of what happened? X into S. Now this ion how many times are there? Y. So now concentration what will become? Y into S. Okay, so what you are going to bring now? There we are going to bring the relation between the solubility product and solubility. Okay, so here the what? Solubility of this ion you are assuming as a S, and this ion S. So how many times means how many coefficients are there? That many times. So no, X times, this is for Y times. Okay, now if you go for the simplification, what I will now substitute the values in the above equation. Now what we have equation? This one equation. Okay, now so now substitute this value in the above this equation. So here in this much, what is the concentration of this ion? Here we have X into S. So here substitute here, and we have the power X. So power X. Now here what is the concentration? How much we have? Y into S. So substitute here. Here we have power Y. So power Y. Now if you go for the simplification. So if you go for simplification, here what happened? As you know very in the mass, you have to apply the power for the both. So if you go for x to power x, now s to the power of x. Then what we have? Y to the power of y, s to the power of y. Okay. Now if you go for the simplification, what happened here? For the both here we have bases of same. So you can add the exponent. So if you add the exponent, so what you are going to get here? X to the power of x, y to the power of y. Now s to the power of what? X plus y. Now this is the relation between the what? Solubility product. You can write the solubility product as a Ks or Ksp. Okay, so you can write both Ks or Ksp. So this is the relation between the solubility product and solubility. Okay, now x and y, simply what you can write here? Stoichiometric coefficient, means here according to stoichiometric equation, how many, what are the numbers are there that you are taking as a what? X and y, simply you can write as a what? Stoichiometric coefficient. Okay, so solubility here units, if you take, what are the units of solubility? Moles per liter. Simply nothing but what? This is a molarity now. So already we discussed, we are taking the concentration in terms of what? Molarity. So this is relation between the what? Solubility and solubility product. Okay, important this one. So relation between the solubility and solubility product.